Live from number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra, this is Citi Newsroom with Umaru Sandamadu on Citi TV. Coming up, bill which criminalizes LGBTQ activities in Ghana laid before Parliament.
21 months of hard work, and it's exciting to see the report of the committee finally laid. So you can effectively say that the first stage has come to an end. And most importantly, the fact that the committee recommends to the House that the bill should be passed.
The High Court in Accra directs Minority Leader Dr. Ato Forsen and the other accused persons in the ongoing financial loss case involving the purchase of some 200 ambulances during the NDC legislators' era as Deputy Minister of Finance to open their defenses. Still on the Citi Newsroom, Tema Oil Refinery tore Ghana Maritime University, among others, disconnected from the national grid by the National Task Force of the Electricity Company of Ghana for the non-payment of bills.
In the current, 1 is 0, 2, 0, 3 is also 0. Let's come to meter 2. Meter 2 is also the same thing.
And later, over 1,000 residents of Sun City, a suburb of Bujumbura in the central region, left stranded following their eviction by a litigant in a land dispute.
Yapanicho yeni baby kwantisi ayan kwadahe mene membank itwe ya kwadahe mentumi so nsesa menema nkomukrum iti mesla no ohwo no ya bibi maya wa mene role fe mija aka miske ya 5 cedi.
We are grateful that you joined us on the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Let's settle for details of our stories now. And the report on the promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021 has been laid before Parliament by the Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee of the House. The bill seeks to criminalize LGBTQ activities by providing for proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values, proscribe LGBT-related activities, and provide for the protection of the support for children. The private member's bill is being championed by 8 members of Parliament, led by the Member of Parliament for Ningo Prampram, Samuel Nati George. Citi News' Ni Aikwe Okain has more.
The Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee of Parliament on Thursday presented its report on the promotion of proper sexual human rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill 2021 to the House.
20 months of hard work, 21 months of hard work, and it's exciting to see the report of the committee finally laid. So you can effectively say that the first stage has come to an end. And most importantly, the fact that the committee recommends to the House that the bill should be passed, subject to the amendments that have been agreed between sponsors and the committee. So I think that we're in a good place. The House rises tomorrow. It's impossible for us to have the debates tomorrow. But I'm hopeful that when the second meeting of this sitting of Parliament is called, we'll be in a good position to have a proper debate on the bill.
We know that this has taken quite a long time. What are some of the challenges that confronted the committee, for which reason it delayed the presentation of its report?
Well, the sheer number of memos. It's the largest any bill in the history of Parliament has ever seen. About 200 memos, from different countries, and so the committee had to do it well. If it had to be done, it had to be done well. We were learning from the Ugandan experience. Uganda passed the bill or a law without going through ticking all the boxes, crossing their T's and dotting their I's, because they just followed public sentiment. And then it was challenged in court. And the Ugandan law was thrown out, not because there was anything wrong, but because of procedure. So we've decided to take our time and go through procedure, do it right, get it right, so that because we anticipate that people will want to explore it in court. So you don't want to give them frivolous grounds on which to be able to attack the bill. So we've done a very detailed work. We're grateful to the committee as well. The committee, I've had occasion to fight the committee chair in the public, come to the press and issue threats and all of that, but I think it's all in the spirit of getting this done and carried along, and where we've got into, we say thank you to the committee.
Parliament is expected to consider the various revenue bills that are currently before the House before it rises on Friday, March 31, 2023.
So what they are telling us is that it is critical that they get these tax bills through, which we all do agree, but there's more that needs to be done than just enhancing tax revenue. So for me personally, when I hear that without these taxes, things will come to a halt, I don't actually believe it, because I believe that there are quite a number of things that we can do if we are really serious in, having some kind of a fiscal consolidation as one of the conditions or one of the processes you go through when you are on an IMF program. You cannot just be enhancing your revenue. You also have to rationalize your expenditure for you to be able to narrow the deficit, and means that you borrow less, because the accumulation of your deficit is what eventually becomes your debt. So I am not convinced by that argument. On the other hand, what they are saying, as I did say before, that if those are one of the things that IMF requires for us to get the extended credit facility, then you can say, okay, but then the question becomes, for me, I always want to get something in return. I don't sign blank checks. I want to make sure that the government is also doing something serious, not the cosmetic things they've been doing on the expenditure side, that there are serious expenditure items that need to be looked at. One of them still remains there, obviously, to reduce the government ministers. And then other wasteful expenditures like the cathedral and other things that they intend to spend money on.
Meanwhile, a group calling itself Youth in Accountable Governance on Thursday picketed at the entrance of Parliament in support of the revenue bills currently before the House.
Why don't we allow ourselves to be part of this whole process and hasten the process that the Parliament will be able to pass this bill on time, because it seeks to protect the Ghanaian youth. That is where our interest is. Secondly, in the same bill, it says it's going to generate more revenue so that government can be able to create jobs for the youth. Why don't we have to support this?
Vanuatu's Trade Commissioner to Ghana, Hugh Ayi, also paid a courtesy call on the Speaker of Parliament.
In fact, the Commission here has so many programs for the year. We want to ensure that the name Vanuatu becomes a household name in Ghana. We also are in touch with the Football Federation of Vanuatu to have their national football team play the Black Stars somewhere in the end of the year. We'll be working with the Ghana Football Association in this regard. We are also forming so many clubs in Ghana. We call them the Vanuatu Business Fan Club, and then we also have the Vanuatu Social Fan Club. This will basically be for students in the second institutions to learn more about Vanuatu and probably to prepare the grounds to visit Vanuatu as part of their tourism ventures. Then we also do have so many trade programs that will be coming out within the course of the year for Ghanaians who want to establish business in Vanuatu, and then also for businesses who want to establish their presence in Ghana.
Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Aikwe Okain for Citi News.
From the House of Legislature, let's now go to the House of the Judiciary. And the High Court in Accra has directed Minority Leader Dr. Kezela Atuforsen and the other accused persons in the ongoing financial loss case involving the purchase of some 200 ambulances during the NDC legislators' era as Deputy Minister of Finance to open their defenses. This follows a court's decision that prosecution has proved a prima facie case against the accused person worthy of an answer. Citi News' Hans Najiman has more in this report.
The case against Dr. Atuforsen is that he allegedly wrote letters of credit to the Bank of Ghana for the over 2.7 million euros without authorization. Prosecution alleged that it is these letters of credit that paved way for the purchase of the ambulances which were not fit for purpose. The judge indicated that a prima facie case of causing financial loss to the state has been met since prosecution has been able to prove that the ambulances were purchased, monies were expended, but they were not fit for purpose. On whether Dr. Atuforsen can be held liable for the financial loss, the court noted that since the lawyers of Dr. Atuforsen have not been able to prove that he had authority for the letters of credit, then he has a case to answer. Dr. Atuforsen, in his cross-examination of prosecution witnesses, noted that he had authorization from Seth Tekpe, the then Minister of Finance, hence he cannot be held liable. The court, however, concluded that since the prosecution had made a negative averment that Dr. Atuforsen did not get authorization for issuing the letters of credit, and since the Tekpe in his statement volunteered to the investigators did not conclusively state that he authorized the accused person, the burden lies on Dr. Atuforsen to prove his positive averment that he had authorization. The judge likened this to the situation when a police officer makes a stop of a motorist, indicating that the motorist do not have a license. The judge noted that in such a situation, it is the burden of the motorist to produce his or her license to prove otherwise. The other two accused persons, Dr. Sylvester Anemena, who was the chief director at the Ministry of Finance at the time of the deal, and businessman Richard Jakpa, who are also standing trial for counts related to the ambulance deal, have also been asked to open their defense. The case has been adjourned to April 13 this year. Also in court, 3 former staff of the Electricity Company of Ghana and 7 others who are prepaid vendors of ECG have been arraigned for counts of stealing and money laundering for allegedly selling ECG prepaid credit without accounting for the funds and sharing the monies among themselves to the tune of 2.1 million Ghana cedis. According to the facts of the case, the first accused person, Ali Nancy Shaibu, who was a computer programmer at the ICT department of ECG at the headquarters, acted in concert with the other accused persons to sell prepaid credits and share the proceeds without accounting for same. The 2 other ECG officers in the case are one Grace Gardner, a cashier at ECG Kaswa branch, and Anthony Kwe, a technician at the ECG Kaswa branch. The accused persons, according to the prosecution, used proceeds of their crimes to purchase a Toyota Highlander station wagon, an unregistered Mercedes-Benz saloon car, and 2 houses, one located at Amasaman and the other at Bashen Junction in Kumasi, hence the money laundering charges. Prosecution indicated that the accused persons admitted the crime and have since returned 282,600 Ghana cedis of the proceeds. The accused persons, however, pleaded not guilty and were remanded. In the coup plotters case, the court in Accra expunged the testimony of late Dr. Frederick Mapam from the records of the courts. This comes after the court received confirmation of the death of Dr. Mapam, who was standing trial, with 9 others for allegedly plotting to destabilize the country. Dr. Mapam was confirmed dead on Sunday after he collapsed at home and was rushed to the hospital. Prior to his death, Dr. Mapam has entered his defense and testified that the state, through its prosecution witness 3,
planted all the evidence that is being used against him. However, some of the other accused persons did not get the opportunity to cross-examine him before his untimely death. The court, after being notified of his death, then directed that the records of his testimony be expunged from the records as his testimony was incomplete. The second accused person has therefore been directed to open his defense.
Let's move to the power distributor Electricity Company of Ghana, which was also mentioned in that report by Hansen, and talk about the campaign that it has been embarking on to disconnect institutions. Now, the Tema Oil Refinery, the Regional Maritime University, and a host of other companies have been disconnected from the national grid by the National Task Force of the Electricity Company of Ghana for non-payment of bills. The companies defaulted in their payment schedule, leaving the task force with no option but to terminate their energy consumption until further notice. This forms part of ECG's bid to collect debts owed by its customers. Meanwhile, the Accra International Conference Center has been commended for prompt payments. Fred Duho has been following the team and he has details. Now, Fred, please tell us more on what the ECG has been doing today.
It's yet another day where the electricity task force is out in town to collect its revenue from their customers. Here at the Accra International Conference Center, we've heard some departing news from the norm where people owe the ECG huge sums of money. But what we've gotten from here is that they are prompt with payments, they are current, and they even sometimes give pressure to the ECG task force to come for check to settle their debts. Hadi Ibrahim is the chief accountant here at the Accra International Conference Center, and he's been sharing with us what has changed over the period with their payment of bills.
What has changed is the fact that the center and the Electricity Corporation are partners, and the center rely on the ECG for its power needs. Therefore, it has never been and will not be in the interest of even the center to default in payment. But to cut long story short, it happened those days that we had a lot of bills, and then we were also matching up with revenue. It got to a time that we were so much indebted to the Electricity Corporation, so we had to come to some agreement, gentleman agreement, a mode of payment. They gave us a payment plan, and we kept faith with the payment plan. So we were able to clear our bills by the end of, I think, last year or thereabout.
The Revenue Protection Task Force at ECG also uncovered underground illegally connected cables at Hillbury Hotel at Ebri, where the entire facility operates without paying bills.
All the load in the hotel passes through the joints they've done, which doesn't go to any meter.
This is the 80, I can use the 80.
Pardon? So this is what we do. It's a T-off.
Yeah. Further checks from the installed meters revealed that the 3 meters recorded 0 readings.
In the current, 1 is 0, 2, 0, 3 is also 0. First come to meter 2. Meter 2 is also the same thing. V1 0, V2. The V1 is 223, V2 223, V3 229. Current 1 0, 2 0, 3 is also 0. So it means that all that they are using, it's on bypass. They are using it free. Meter 3. V1 230, 224, and then 230. The current 1 0, 2 0, and then 3 is also 0. Meter 4. That's the meter number, the time, the date, voltage. 1 is 229. The next one was 230, 230. Current. I1 is 0, 20, and the 3 is also 0.
You have to go where the change the
So you have to go. You can pause it. Yeah.
change over.
Take the
The breaker.
Take the neutral. Exposing cable.
This is the red phase is giving us 0, as you can see on the meters. The yellow is also 0. The blue is 0. But the neutral is giving us about 73. About 73. So we traced and we saw where the bypass is going.
Other companies, including the Tema Oil Refinery, owe 26 million Ghana cedis, while the Regional Maritime University owes 300,000 Ghana cedis. Kasapreko Distilleries paid 1 million Ghana cedis out of their 2.1 million cedis bill and a host of other companies. Meanwhile, the power distributor and Gridco have issued a joint press statement informing the general public about unintended maintenance work which will lead to 2 weeks of load shedding.
So the second place we're visiting in the day is the Delta Frozen Company Limited. This is a space they've acquired to do the export of fresh mangoes out of this country. But that, we understand, has come to an end, and the entire place now looks vacant. But the very interesting thing here is they've not been able to settle their debt with ECG, and they owe to the tune of about 205,000 Ghana cedis. My name is Fred Duo, reporting for Citi News.
And in our studios here in Tesano in Accra, my name is Umaru Sandamadu. You're watching Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still ahead. Over 1,000 residents of Sun City, a suburb of Budomburam in the central region, left stranded following their eviction by a litigant in a land dispute. We have that story shortly. Please be with us.
Serene, pristine, natural. This is Maha Beach Resort, set on the seafront in Atuabo and the rich oil and gas hub of the western region. The warmth of the resort can fill your soul. Our well-receptive environment brings you home away from home. The strand of beauty detailing the state-of-the-art facility makes your stay even more fun within the well-thought-through architectural features, hosting all sorts of fun games. Maha Beach Resort has an assortment of packages for all occasions. Maha Beach Resort, redefining indigenous hospitality.
Wait a minute, yo! Is that my nephew? Wow, this place has changed, yo! Yo, Ajma, look at you all grown up, yo.
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo.
Hey, sister, we did walk Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, na me shrink coin pa.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie. It's delicious, yo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hooray! Harvest Praise is 25 years! Come and let's celebrate 25 years of sharing his story and his praise. Ministering at the Silver Jubilee edition is praise and worship legend Don Moen.
God is good all the time.
The young, sensational and anointed minstrel Moses Bliss. And the host choir, the Evergreen Harvest Gospel Choir. As always, Harvest Theatre will deliver a soul-inspiring drama performance. Join us at the UPSA Auditorium on Good Friday, 7th April 2023, 4 p.m. sharp. Tickets, single, 80 Ghana cedis, double, 150 Ghana cedis, and VIP, 150 Ghana cedis. Dial *725*1155# on all networks and buy your tickets now. Tickets are also available at Airport Shell, Bachana Total, Sunny 88.7 FM, and all Harvest Chapel branches in Accra. Children are not left out. Children from ages 5 to 12 will enjoy an awesome experience at the HP Kids session featuring King's Kid, Louis Pascal, Kata Harry, and many more. Entry is free for kids once you purchase an adult ticket. Come, let's celebrate. It's the Silver Jubilee. Harvest praise. Get your praise on. See you there.
This is the neighborhood I'm having my twins.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us.
Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To me, Pamini, bank and I'm in Alphabet City. The pension pay me 20%. The payment plan, I want to share my just very smooth.
This is a healthy place to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakumono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-449999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
You're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Let's take you to some other stories now. And the 5-member committee set up by the government to probe the recent Ketia fire incident on Thursday visited the facility to assess the fire scene. Traders present during the visit urged the committee to thoroughly look into an issue regarding a report on fire safety measures that was allegedly ignored by management of the facility. Our correspondent in the Ashanti region is Fatih Aminu Ibrahim.
Aside the officers from the Ghana National Fire Service and traders blaming the management of the facility of negligence and not putting in place proper measures to protect the facility, the construction company that worked on the KJTRE development project contractor is on record to have raised similar concerns. Contractor, in its routine inspection of the market, released a report on 17th March 2022 detailing key defects that the management of the facility needed to work on. With respect to fire safety, the company is said to have identified that the fire hydrants and extinguisher boxes had no accessories or firefighting equipment in them, and that brought it to the attention of the management. It also noted that many of the smoke detection sensors had caps which made it impossible to read and also use the system in an effective manner. They also added that some detectors had been damaged and needed to be replaced. The report also stated that the system of hydrants and sprinklers was depressurized, and as a result, the jockey pump had been turned off, which made the system inoperative. The report further indicated that many other firefighting equipment installed in the facility needed to be replaced. The company thus recommended for the managers of the facility to urgently address the issues identified. It is as a result of these defects that the officers from the Ghana National Fire Service refused to renew the fire certificate for the facility. Almost a year after this report was conducted by the company that constructed the facility, a major fire incident that occurred in the facility on 15th March 2023 has exposed many of these defects. The traders who are aware of the reports being made available to the management have been expressing their displeasure at the recent development. Speaking at a news conference, the General Secretary of the Combined Traders Association in Kumasi, Ruben Ahmed, said they are worried that the management of the facility did not take steps to address the concerns that were raised in the report, and the misfortune that was predicted has happened.
A report that was put together by the contractor that put up this facility, which was put together on the 17th of March 2020, 2 days short of 1 year after this report was put together. Everything in this report concerning fire happened live and collect in this market. So we ask the authorities that are trumpeting today to love this structure so much, to be the people who really cherish the money that invested in this structure. What were they doing when this report came out a year ago? This report was given to them a year ago. The structure belongs to KCML. Contractor cannot do a report without their consent. So therefore, when they were giving this report, what did they do about it? Among other things in this report, the report spoke about fire extinguishers that had expired, fire smoke detectors that were not working, sprinklers that were not working, the pressure pump that was damaged. They didn't do anything about it. Everything that the report spoke about happened live and colored 2 days short of a year after this report was put together. Today they should come and tell us, they should defend this report. What did they do about this?
For now, the traders are looking forward to the committee that has been set up by the government to look into the fire incident to come up with recommendations that will help bring finality to the issues they have been raising over the years. On Thursday, the committee led by its chairman, Professor Theophilus Ejekumi, visited the epicenter of the fire and the other areas that were not affected but have been cordoned off pending structural integrity tests. As part of the terms of reference, the committee has been tasked to make a full, faithful and impartial inquiry into the circumstances and establish the facts that led to the fire outbreak on 15th March. When approached by Citi News, the committee members, however, declined to speak, insisting the report will be made available at the end of their investigations. The 5-member committee has already started investigations into the KJTR fire incident, as they've currently been to the new KJTR market to inspect the extent of damage. For Citi News, Fatih Aminu Ibrahim, New KJTR Market, Kumasi.
From one disaster, let's move to the displacement of people, and this happened in the central region. Over 1,000 residents of Sun City, a suburb of Budomburam in the central region, have been left stranded following their eviction by a litigant in a land dispute. The residents lament they were not given adequate time to relocate from the area. Central Regional Correspondent Carvis Tete has more.
The eviction exercise started around 7 a.m. on Thursday after police officers and task force forcefully ejected residents from the 15-acre land at Sun City, a suburb of Gomwa Budomburam and the Gomwa East District of the Central Region. It was such an emotional scene as residents were evicted from their houses by the litigants under the supervision of task force and police. Personal belongings of the affected persons were thrown out of their rooms and entrances locked with padlocks provided by the litigant. The litigant claims to have won a court case against property owners of the area. Some stranded residents shared their frustration with Citi News.
Mr. Adams won. A show no mobile say, Oma to us as Nama Mr. Bubachra. And yes, Buo, your committee, what's the young can you bet you? Maybe then your quarter plus, your mamma is asking me to make 200 million. I must see that in short. This is our woman, and then you're 350 million. On this over to 150. What's that in short? Sister, my brother letter. Once I say 1 week or so, you bet you. I didn't say, Papa Maba, you know, me go about it. Let's just say, Scana yet, Muchi, Mojiano, teaching us say yentia. Yes, you are near the betia. Single parents, no more even never grab on tia. Papa, yes. Oh, my yetim, you never know about the man. Say no man, you grab on
ya panicho ye ni baby a konti se ayen kwada he me ne me bank to ye kwada he me ntumi so nsesa me ne ma nkom kurum iti mesra no o hwe no ye bibi ma ye wa me ni role fe mi ja ka miske ya 5 cedi me
ma me ne na ye ya enso mo ba mo ye ni ne me gwa konti no mo kwa ja ni free dem ade na be twa konti eti pa cho mo hwe na mo ka bi ma ye wa ona bank sa na na do e se wo tie me a na na ye so be po ye na budumbra me ya ha se ya ye mo po ya se ba ye mo bo na na do po yo ye se be wu na na do po ye.
The litigant declined to speak to the media about the development. However, the district chief executive for Gomua East, Solomon Dakukwam, who was not happy with the fast pace of the exercise, believes the developer should have given ample time to the occupants of the structure to move out. The DCE asks residents who have been evicted not to move from the area, but stay and wait for proper guideline to ensure they move smoothly.
October, November last year, and the processes that we are following, which they are very much aware, is quite different from how they have led this exercise here to throw out people from their homes when as DCE and as assembly, clearly they have circumvented the laid down procedure that they themselves told us we have to follow. As I speak, we have our documents as far as police legal department seeking permission before the police will follow us to go and help a developer take possession of his property, which the court has granted to him. So I see no reason why the same thing cannot be replicated here. And so early this morning, they rush here with those thugs. I saw that bus with those filthy people in the car come and throw people out of their homes illegally like that. So me standing here, all I'm saying is that if you have been evicted and you have somewhere you can pack your things and go, so be it. But if you have no other place to go and you break the padlocks and enter the place, you have every latitude to do that because the assembly or the processes have been circumvented and we cannot be part of that type of arrangement.
Well, that's a story that we'll be following for you here on the Citi Newsroom as it unfolds. This is Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Still ahead. Residents of Adansi Funso demonstrate against contractors over poor quality of their roads. We have that and more. Please be with us.
Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
I don't know Lotus Sticker. Me pen the POS machine. Hello. Baby, tonight dinner at 7. Bye.
The winning numbers are 10, 12.
Sorry. I won.
Joy! Your lottery experience just got better with the new NLA instant payment. Play on the NLA machine, and if you win up to 1,200 Ghana cedis, you will be paid instantly without any stress via short code *389*1000#. Payments above 1,200 Ghana cedis can be redeemed at the newly established payment centers.
Hey! It's in.
NLA instant payment and a paying grind.
Wait, guys. Ring on.
NLA development through games.
Haven't you heard?
EGL's Ramadan Easter promotion.
Electroland Ghana Limited is offering you quality products from Samsung, Toshiba, Nasco, and Media. Choose your choice. Media AC, Samsung AC, Nasco AC. With 229 Ghana cedis, get yourself a Nasco gas stove. Buy one, get one free. So stocks last. With 1,099 Ghana cedis, a Nasco television is yours. Grab your TV ranging from 32 inches, 40 inches to 98 inches. I tell you.
Simply put it, all types of refrigerators and washing machines, microwaves and sound bars are available this Easter and Ramadan.
Electroland Ghana Limited Easter promotion. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
Hi there, my name is Anita Erskine. Now I know things are a little tight, but how about I share a few tips with you on how to be a good Samaritan without spending a dime. Identify a situation where financial support is crucial. It could be a student who needs a top up on school fees, a community that needs to build a clinic, or a school that needs to finish up a classroom block. Find out how much is needed and write it down. Look at yourself in the mirror and smile. Find your favorite outfit and join me on stage for Ghana's favorite game show, How Can We Help You? With over 400,000 Ghana cedis and cash prizes already given out. Season 2 of How Can We Help You is back with more exciting games and bigger prizes to play for. Stop giving excuses about making a difference and step up to the plate. We'd be so excited to see you because How Can We Help You is not just an exciting show, it's also about changing lives. So it's game on! Proudly brought to you by First National Bank.
First National Bank. How can we help you?
Showing on Citi TV every Saturday at 6 p.m. Repeats on Sundays at 12 p.m.
You're welcome back to Citi Newsroom on Citi TV. Let's move to some other stories now. And measles cases in the northern region are declining according to health officials in the region. This follows a regional outbreak in October last year. Hundreds of children were affected with several suspected deaths. Speaking in a Citi News interview on the sidelines of its annual Performance Health Review meeting, the acting regional director of health, Dr. Brahma Abubakar, revealed that the disease is now under control.
The northern region has recorded a total of 704 suspected measles cases in 16 districts between January 2022 and March 22, 2023. 205 of these cases have been confirmed to be positive after laboratory tests in 12 districts with 0 confirmed deaths. Out of the 12 affected districts, the Tamale metropolis tops the charts with 116 cases since the outbreak. Speaking in a Citi News interview on the sidelines of the 2022 Annual Health Performance Review meeting, the acting regional director, Brahma Baba Abubakar, said the region has seen a decline in measles cases.
We are still in the outbreak situation. Even though, like I said, we reached our peak on the 5th week. That was the first week in February. That was when we reached our peak, and then the figures started coming down. So it means we don't have 0 case yet. We still have new cases reporting every week, but the figures are not as high as when we reach the peak. Where in that particular week we recorded over 100 suspected cases.
The outbreak coincided with a shortage of vaccines across the country. However, the director noted that all districts have received their vaccines for routine immunization.
So once we received the vaccines, we distributed them to all the districts. That will also do further distribution to sub-districts and to the community level for the routine immunization or vaccination to continue. These vaccines we received were not quantities that we can do mass campaigns to catch up with everybody. But at least to continue the routine immunization. Routine means that, the vaccines, every child and the age at which you receive certain type of vaccines. So therefore, we made it available now so that when mothers send their children who are due for these vaccines, they will receive. And those who miss it, if they also attend the facilities, they will also receive it. The mass campaign would have meant that we would have deployed our staff to go to the communities, to go to every corner to provide this service. But for now, the vaccines are stationed in our routine child welfare clinics, and then the mothers and the children there for the routine immunization. So until maybe we get another consignment, that will determine whether we can do a mass campaign or not. But for now, what we receive is for the routine vaccination, and so far we've not had any facility or district coming back to tell us that within the week that we gave it out, they've run out. So routine immunization is ongoing.
The annual health review meeting afforded stakeholders the opportunity to take stock of their achievements and failures during the year under review. The region has achieved some successes in terms of institutional maternal mortality, which has seen a downward trend from 144 per 100,000 live births in 2019 to 95 per 100,000 live births in 2022. That notwithstanding, health officials have bemoaned the lack of logistics, including motorbikes for outreach and monitoring in rural areas, thereby affecting health service delivery in the region.
Other challenges confronting the region has to do with inadequate availability of motorbikes needed to do outreach services and monitoring and supervision in many of our sub-districts. Basic equipment is also woefully inadequate, especially in the lower level facilities.
From the issue of health, let's talk now about infrastructure, specifically roads. And residents of Adansi Fumso in the Ashanti region have demonstrated against quarry companies in the area, accusing them of failing to fulfill a promise of constructing roads for the community. The angry residents vow to stop the construction companies from operating in the area if they do not show a strong commitment to urgently addressing their concerns. The residents are thus calling on the government to intervene to ensure the companies construct their town roads as promised. Our bureau chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Opomafo, has more.
According to the inhabitants, although the companies in an engagement with them last year agreed to fix some of their town roads by the end of February 2023, they are yet to do so. They say several appeals to the companies to construct the roads have proven futile. The angry residents have thus demonstrated against the construction companies in the area and have also petitioned the Ashanti Regional Minister to intervene. Addressing the media, the Assembly member for Fumso Electoral Area, Isaac Alfo, stated that the residents have vowed to prevent the construction companies from operating if their concerns are not addressed.
The management of the companies above, in a meeting held on 12th December 2022, between the DCE of the Dansia Sokwa district, the coordinating director of the same district, and the leaders of the Fumso community, agreed to confirm kilometers of roads to be constructed in the Fumso township by the end of February 2023. As we are speaking of today, 1 month ago, and nothing has been started in the community. The failure of breach of agreement on the side of the companies has necessitated this action. We bring to the notice of the regional minister and those in authority that actions and inactions of the above companies apparently testifies that they are not ready to fulfill part of their social responsibilities to the community as agreed during the meeting at the campsite office at Inuaso. We therefore call on the Honorable Regional Minister, Honorable DC, District Police Commander, and those in high authority to make sure the companies here, FACO, Gapaco, and Shimizu, respond to their part of the agreement without any delay. Without any delay. And the quarry said, the entire community has taken a resolution to halt any activity at the quarry site and block the entrance and even break through the entrance with effect from 1st of April 2023. With effect from 1st April 2023, and mostly in Ghana here, we say April Fool. April Fool, no.
Here are residents sharing their frustrations with Citi News.
Me akura kutu me simi dan edan ni nyina papa isi me gina me ni boafo sika me ko to cement aye ikula me nya bi eti si aso ma anya dan na ma ya o ma me cement dia omunya ya kwa me TV asai me pa to TV no say bo hona so mo blast bo ba na e wo so asase na senti o fra screen bo open na mu na dwa ya dan nyina papa de yasro mo post obo do ma anya wi ama ekura nya street no a wo mbegugu so ama no obo do mo gugu street ni so ma ya.
The residents also petitioned the said construction companies in the area. The administrator of one of the companies, Kwabena Japan, gave the protesters the assurance that they will ensure their concerns are addressed.
Accepting this petition on behalf of Gapadco Company Limited, stroke Shimizu Nippon, and we as a company accept this petition. Their grievances are welcome, and we take it in good faith. We are to be blamed first of all, but we wouldn't also retaliate because it wouldn't help. We wouldn't want to fight. We don't want to cause mayhem. But then it's good that as you come here, we plead and we are begging that anything that is in this petition, it will be dealt with.
Meanwhile, when contacted, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Samuel Semensa, tells Citi News he's yet to receive the petition and will take the necessary action after that.
Well, that would be it for Citi Newsroom from our studios here at Citi TV in Tesano, Accra. Our website, citinewsroom.com, has more stories. Subscribe to Citi Tube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. You can watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363. On GoTV, we are on channel 182. My name is Umaru Sanda. I want to thank you for watching Citi TV.